Okay, so in light of Refugee Week in March, we brought in Annemie Zimmermann to talk about what went on and how you can get involved in the future. Hi, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. So, you're the president of STAR.
Yes, I am.
Can you explain more about what you get up to?
Well, STAR, which stands for Student Action for Refugees, is a student-led national organisation located at over 20 universities. The main activities we get up to involve fundraising on behalf of refugees, especially those based locally in Sheffield, and running campaigns to help raise public awareness about the plight of asylum seekers and refugees.
And how would you explain Sheffield's relationship with refugees and people's attitudes towards them?
Sheffield is actually known as a very positive city for refugees and asylum seekers because for several years now it's been allocated the title City of Sanctuary. This is a government given title which proves that a city has stated it is welcoming and receptive to people from outside the UK who are in need of help.
If you're going to explain to people why we should be doing more to help, what would you say?
I would say that Sheffield or the UK in general has always generally been in a very good situation. Socially, we do not face situations where you have to flee due to persecution because of war, torture. We do not have to escape where we are from because we love someone whom we are not supposed to love. It is our responsibility, our moral duty as people to want to help those who are in need and want to support people if possible. The UK only receives less than 3% of the world's asylum seekers. So if you're talking about a global perspective, the people we receive are of a tiny number.
So, what would you say the highlights of Refugee Week were in 2014?
So I'd say Refugee Week 2014 aimed to raise awareness, to raise money, and to show what a positive contribution can be given to Sheffield by asylum seekers and refugees, and I hope that we prove that a little bit during this week. Um, in fact, the A Safe Place to Play showcase fitted in really well with our objectives during that week because it created a really diverse range of artworks from a number of artists in Sheffield. So not only was that supporting local artists, but it gave a very political stance on the attitudes given towards asylum seekers and refugees. Moreover, the diverse artwork was really relevant for this cause because all these artists had very different approaches. Refugees and asylum seekers themselves were able to contribute, and this is really, really positive because when you are in a foreign country, not by your own choice, and you are then having to learn a new language, potentially having to really, really try to fit in. Art is a very, very globally approachable and attainable thing to communicate by. For anyone who is maybe not so comfortable with language yet, it's a way to communicate, to show your feelings and express yourself. That's why I would love the Star and for the volunteers from Conversation Club, the Asylum Seekers for Refugees who were involved in this project. I would love it if they could help again next year and if we could create a community together of understanding and communication.
Thanks very much. It was great talking to you, Annemie.
Thank you. I really enjoyed coming in.